Welcome back to On Texas Basketball. I'm Jeff Howe, joined by Gerry Hamilton. You're going to be talking a little Dailyn Swain today. Gerry, to say that he's on a heater right now would be an understatement. Over his last three games, 28.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.3 steals, 66.7% field goal, 47.1% three-point, 86.7% free throw. That's just, again, in the last three games. In SEC play, he's fourth in the league in scoring, 21.6 points per game, fifth in rebounding, 7.4, second in field goal percentage, 60.4%, tied for third in defensive rebounds, 5.6 per game, and tied for seventh in steals at 1.8 per game. Gerry, we knew he was good. We knew he's grown every year playing for Sean Miller, but this is a guy now that he's doing it at the high major level. Not that the Big East isn't, but in the SEC, night in, night out, it's no surprise that he's starting to shoot up the NBA draft boards right now as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, he 30 points against Auburn, 34 and 14 against Mississippi State. His only rough conference game was at Tennessee. He had 5 points and 7 turnovers. But he still had 3 rebounds, 4 assists. But that was just that's his worst game he's had in a while. But, against Alabama, what he's doing is, number one, he is scoring against length. Length you see in the NBA. That's my number one for him. Number two, he's doing it in the multiple different ways. His mid-range off the dribble, and while he's creating for himself, he's still creating for others. I mean, 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists in the win over Vanderbilt. I mean, he's had some games. He is the best playmaker off the dribble on this Texas team. Mm-hmm. They run a lot of their offense through him. So now, to your point, Jeff, he's doing that against NBA length. Auburn, NBA length. Georgia has some length. Kentucky has NBA length. Alabama for sure. Tennessee for sure. And so that is number one, is how he's scoring and who he's scoring against. And while he's still able to see the floor and make plays for other, he's able to rebound against length in the SEC. He's got his hands on a lot of basketballs in the SEC in a power conference. But here I think is the biggest reason outside of that he's flying up the NBA draft boards, Jeff. He's made 11 threes in SEC play. He has improved so much as a shooter since he's gone into college. His first year in college, 4 of 26 from 3. Didn't shoot it. Sean Miller didn't really want him to shoot it, Xavier. The next year, 7 of 25. But a lot of that came in an NCAA tournament game. So that after they beat Texas, their second-round tournament game, I believe it was. He's always been a good free throw shooter. But this year, he's now up to 32.2 from 3, and he's hit 11 threes in SEC play. So when you put together that playmaking at 6'8", 220, by the way, his ability to handle the basketball, to get the spots in the mid-range game, able to get in the 12 feet, get his shot off in a variety of ways. He had a great step through against Auburn the other night from the left block area from about 12 feet, 10 feet out on the left side of the lane. But then he's making perimeter shots now, Jeff. When he does that, I mean, that game against Auburn the other night now, for your NBA draft status, when you go 10 of 16 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, and you score 30 at Auburn, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, that is a NBA draftable game. And that's why you're seeing him fly up. He's now high in the second round of the mock drafts. And I'm here to tell you, if he ends SEC play around 20 points and 7 rebounds a game, ends up making 23s, ends up shooting around 34% from 3 on the season in that area, it's not going to shock me if he's not in some late first-round mocks because he's earning it, man. He's doing it through his play.
Yeah, and Gerry, he's in a really good spot too, because you look at, he's still got some room to fill out his frame, number one. And number two, he's still a young guy. I mean, he turns 21 this summer. So if he were to go pro, he'd be 21 as an NBA rookie, which is fine. But even if he came back for a year, Gerry, he's only 22 years old going into the NBA. So it's not like he's going to be, close to 25. I mean, he's still got a ways to go in theory before he hits his peak physically and before his game tops out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that are going to play with that. 100%. He is a young college junior. That is the thing. Sean Miller was talking the other day. He was 6'6", 175 pounds when he offered him in high school. and he's grown to be 6'7.5", almost 6'8", and 220 now as a young 20-year-old, as a young third-year college player, which that also helps him in NBA circles. But the thing that's interesting about Dailyn Swain is if he keeps playing at this level, this 26 draft is really good. It's really deep. There's a great freshman class of college players. Darren Peterson, A.J. DeMonsta, Cam Boozer, Kingston Flemings has really elevated himself. Keaton Wagler out of nowhere for Illinois is going to be a lottery pick. Nate Ament. I mean, I can keep going. Braylon Murray's, Braden Burry's at Arizona, Chris Sinak at Houston. This is a great Darius Acuff, who's a stud. Great freshman class. And a lot of those guys are going to take up your first 15 to 16 picks. But if you look at the 27 mock draft, and I think Dalen Swain may position himself to where he has a tough decision to make. But if he decides to come back for another year, that 27 draft is a lot better for a guy to make a big rise into like the top 15 region where you could be borderline lottery pick. I think that's going to be a big decision for Dalen Swain if he continues on this path the rest of the season. And I don't see really much change. And that doesn't mean Dalen's going to average 20 or go out and score 20 every game. You're going to have off games. It's the law of averages, right? He's not going to go and score 22, 24, 30 every game. It's not going to happen. It's the law of averages is going to happen. That's what's going to happen in this game of basketball. But if he keeps making the plays like he is now, if he continues to look like a confident perimeter shooter, he doesn't have the best looking jump shot. He's still got a lot to improve on there. But if he just keeps looking confident and there's a belief, look at where this guy can go now that he's starting to make perimeter shots, he's going to be left with a tough decision. But that 27 draft is going to be much more inviting for him if Texas can get him the return.
Yeah, the two things you mentioned at the top were two things I was anxious to see what he would do. His ability to create off the bounce and the three-point shot. The ability to create off the bounce has been way better than I thought it was. He's come a long way there, and the three-point shot's coming. So, yeah, a decision to make, too. We'll see where it ends up. Gerry, before we wrap this up, what's the latest with recruiting right now for the Longhorns?
Yeah, so the class of signees, Texas top 5 recruiting class, those guys are having really good senior years. Austin Goosby's playing the best basketball of his career as a high school player, in my opinion, playing with dynamic prep, playing for Jermaine O'Neal, who's really pushing all those guys, Marcus Spears Jr., all the other guys on that team. Goosby's been one of the top players on that circuit during his senior season. So I think he's averaging 16, 5, and 4. But on a loaded team, those are really big numbers. He's making threes. He's making plays off the dribble. He's making plays for others. Austin Goosby's having a tremendous senior season, moved up the rankings a little bit as well. Bo Ogden shooting the heck out of it this year, having a really good season for Austin Westlake, as you would expect him to. He's had games where he's made 7 threes, 8 threes, 6 threes, multiple games like that, but still playing within a system, not forcing shots, right? He's a guy that's a high percentage shooter that takes good shots. Joe Sterling just had senior night the other night over at Harvard Westlake, having a really good year. Not going to make the McDonald's All-American game. I think Goosby has a chance at that, but he was one of the nominated guys. So that's a big move for Joe Sterling, who was considered a mid-major player a year ago. And he can really shoot the basketball. He's having a good senior year. Coleman Elkins, a 6'10", late addition, kind of a late riser. He plays with Darren Rippey up in New Jersey now after playing private school ball in Austin. He's getting better and better. He's showing, what this guy can become in 2 or 3 years in college basketball because he has development in front of him. He's knocking down some threes. He's playing above the rim in transition. So all those kids are having really good seasons. I think they're done, barring something major at the high school level in the 26 class. Now it's turning the attention to the portal and international players. I think, what Texas will be looking for is a combo guard team runner. I think they stretch 4 who can shoot the basketball, who also can provide some help in rim protection because Matas brings great physicality. He's not really a rim protector. And then you're losing Lucina Traore, which that really isn't his trademark either. He's a rebounder first, second, and third as a player. So I think Texas is going to be looking for a little bit of that, who can help protect the rim. I think the Texas defense this year is I think Sean Miller is on I don't know, Tylenol 277 this year defensively. I mean, Texas is 7th in offensive efficiency in college basketball and 111th in defense. His team will improve. That's Sean Miller, but they're going to have to get some help in rim protection, and then I think they'll be looking for a scoring guard as well that can shoot it and help spread the floor out of the portal. So they're in portal mode. I think the high school guys are having great years. I think they're happy with that high school class, and then also the international game, which is a game now because when do guys come over? When can they come over? What's the price range? The top international guard right now that could come over to college basketball has a $3.75 million offer from an ACC team right now. Though the prices keep going up, and that's the top international guard that could come over.
And then hopefully Dalen Swain is a part of that mix for Texas during the 26-27 season. Good stuff, Jerry. Thank you for the knowledge and expertise as always. Thank you to Matthew behind the scenes for producing it. If you're not a member, over to ontexasfootball.com. Depending on when you're watching this, you may have 24 hours, you may have a couple of hours, you may have a couple of minutes left to take advantage of our Portal Madness special. Your first month of access for first-time subscribers is only $1, but at the close of business Saturday is when this deal goes away. So as soon as you can, do not wait. Get over to ontexasfootball.com, and again, first-time subscribers, your first month of access for just $1. For Jerry, for Matthew, for the entire On Texas Football staff, I'm Jeff Howe. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and until next time, hook 'em.